Hey tubers, welcome back for another adventure. So what I want to figure out in this video is this 2001 Suzuki LT160 going to be just parts, or can we make a little bit more out of it? So far, an earlier video showed that the compression was kind of weak, and to me it looks like the frame is a little bit tweaked. Not bad enough to, really affect it, but bad enough that I kind of noticed it. So this is what we're starting with. Assuming the engine runs, we can actually take this thing from looking like a complete piece of junk to actually looking halfway decent. I just took a minute here and I added a set of cardboard fenders. I added a front rack that could and should be straighter than I'm currently showing it, but just to give you the concept of it. And obviously cardboard is just straight ordinary material. It has no bends or anything like that. I haven't recycled it from fenders or perhaps trailer fenders or something along those lines that I can actually get a better contour out of. For the back plastic is very, very ugly, but if one puts a rack on it, it really hides a lot of the boo-boos, right? Imagine a seat on there coming right up there. So we can actually make this thing look like it's worth driving. Before one puts the racks on it, even if it runs perfectly, what are you looking at? Wide open, a $300 quad, and that's if it runs perfectly. I mean, it is just one ugly quad that throws dirt in your face. So assuming, once again, we could get this thing running, we can make it look halfway decent, and as a runner with the racks on it and all, even though it doesn't have the OEM plastic, little red spray paint on the, I don't know if it's going to be metal fenders or old Honda fenders that'll go on the front that I cut up. But it can actually look pretty good. I would stick with the black frame, the black gas tank, the back rack in black. I would probably go red on the fenders. Right? Clean up the wheels a little bit, maybe give them a little spritz of the silver paint. Get the either the headlight running or put an LED in there. Perhaps put some lights underneath it, and perhaps even a backlight, perhaps an LED in the back, so this thing could be a little bit more of a utility quad. At that point, once again, assuming it starts, it runs, the lights work, all the racks are on it and all that, you've raised its value up above $500, I'd say. Maybe $650. I'm just guesstimating. For me, once I do this kind of stuff, it would become a more useful quad to have around the property. Also a quad that could be left outside, just covered with a tarp and left outside in an easier fashion. Generally speaking, if you throw a tarp over a quad and you don't have racks on it, the snow pushes down on the plastic and breaks things. With this setup as it is, it would be very easy to just put a piece of plywood across the top, throw a tarp over it, keeps the weight off the plastic, keeps everything off the seat, so then it's a matter of just pulling the tarp off and one could hop on it, start it up, hop on it, and go for a ride. This thing does not have a recoil starter, so it needs to be reliable. By reliable, I mean it needs to charge its battery, keep the battery in good shape so that when you pull the string it starts. The tires need to hold air, right? So that, when it's time to dump the snow off of it and take it out for whatever one wants to use it for, one doesn't first have to put air in the tires. There's nothing worse than having a snowbound all-terrain vehicle that you finally get it loose, so to speak, uncovered, and you could hop on it, you start it, and it's got flat tires so it can't climb its way out of the snow. It has to hold air from that point of view. And lastly, one wants it to start easy. Nobody wants to deal with a utility quad when you have work to do. You don't want to have to fix whatever you're riding first. So I just put the racks on there from a conceptual point of view, but before we really even mess with that, we need to see if this thing will start and behave itself. What I would look at this is the beginning of reviving your $50 to $150 junkyard type of quad. If you find one of these, if you could get it for free, that's the best price of all. Love the free stuff. If you could get it for 50 or less, that's pretty good too. Considering there's a key switch, a gas tank, a decent looking seat. The tires seem mostly to hold air. They don't look dry rotted. You could probably work your way up to $150. If you want to start going out on the limb, you might work your way toward 150 or toward 2 or 250. But if you got 250 into it, and once again, you discover the headlight's no good, the key switch, though it's there and the key's in it, it's not any good. The tires really don't hold as much air as you hope they do. Even if the tires are good and all that junk is good, if you're up at 250, if it turns into a parts bike, you're kind of messed up. There aren't a lot of Suzuki LT160 parts for sale on eBay. There seems to be whole machines for sale on Facebook and so forth. And it seems like in ratty condition, but running, they go for somewhere around $350. In decent looking condition, they seem to go for $500-600. So that's why I'm like, if you put racks on it, you might be able to get yourself $600. So I'm going to end this video here. Stay tuned, and we'll see what's going on with the rest of it. Remember, feet down, heads up, and get out and enjoy each and every day. Bye now.